This is our first video.
Our first
for YouTube.
Flosstube.
Flosstube. Yeah.
Our name, we're just winging it, clearly. Our name is We Stitch and We Know Things, so if you know Game of Thrones, you know where we got it from.
Yep, and each time we record, we'll try and pass on something that we know.
Right.
So,
first and foremost, we should introduce ourselves.
Yes, sounds good.
So, my name is Ashley.
My name's Gianne. I'm sorry. I didn't know if you were going to say Gianne or Mom.
I was going to say I'm her daughter, so she's nervous. We're nervous a little, but you know, it's the first one. Throwing ourselves out in the community, but everybody we've met has been super nice and friendly, and we just wanted to join in on the fun.
Yeah.
So, Mom, how did you start, or how did you get into cross stitch?
Oh boy. I actually got into cross stitch when I was like 13, and I was bored one summer and I bought a kit. I didn't have a lot of money, and I bought like a little kit, and I worked on that, and I didn't do it after that for, oh my gosh, until I was like 25. And then I got pregnant with her brother, and they made me stay in bed for the whole time, and I got really bored, so my husband stopped at a store on the way home from work one night. We lived in Connecticut then, and he bought me a bunch of stuff now I know who she is, but Niecie Lynn, and a bunch of different kits by her and a book by her, and I sat up the first night all night and just learned how to do it, everything I could, and I've been doing it ever since. So Ashley, how did you get into this?
So I tend to stress a lot. So when I was in middle school, my mom thought it would be a good idea to teach me how to cross stitch. She thought it'd be like a relaxing kind of therapeutic thing for me to do, and at first, like, I loved it, but I was mad because my stuff didn't look like her stuff. So I wasn't sure if I was gonna stick with it, but I kept doing it, and I love it. It really is like peace of mind for me when I stitch, and it's just fun to see the picture come together.
And now her stuff looks better than my stuff.
We're
going the opposite way now.
I don't know if I go that far. So for like fabric, I started on Aida because when I started, it was all white or like basic colors. There wasn't like all the fun fabric like there is now, which I love. So mainly Aida, but I have started branching out, and I stitch on linen. I especially love 28 count casual. I love it. So that's pretty much where I'm at with my stitching journey with different linens and things like that.
Yep. So I still stitch on Aida. I do some linen, 32 count. It's probably the highest I'll ever go. I like it. I love a lot of the Stacey Nash patterns on it because it looks better than it would on Aida. But I'm not a fan of it. The eyes aren't as good as they used to be. So it's really hard for me to see. And we're just going to show you a few things that we're working on. We do whip go.
She does whip go.
Okay, I do whip go.
I start out all gung-ho, make the whole whip go board. Month or two in, it's out out the window for me, and then I'm just gonna stitch what I want to stitch. So, but she follows it very.
I follow it. I do 10 days on each project, and then usually the last 10 days of the month, I stitch on whatever I want to, and I get quite a bit done. This year, though, a lot of them were all new starts.
Yeah.
So it's little not frustrating. Not nerve-wracking, but I get nervous when I have too many whips.
Yeah, I have a ton of whips. I'll start anything I feel like.
And we'll show that in the next video.
And she is like, oh, I want to start something, but I need to finish something. And I'm just like, no, just do it. Just start it, Mom. And she'll be like, no, so she like keeps herself
Yeah.
on a tight leash.
Well, a lot of my pieces are bigger too.
She does do
and
bigger
I used to do
pieces.
monogamous. That's all we ever had, you know, and you couldn't find a lot of the stuff.
Yeah.
So if you got one pattern, that's what you worked on.
Mhm.
So anyway, this year we were lucky enough to get into StitchCon.
Yes, that was so fun for
It
our
was
first time.
Amazing, absolutely
Weekend B.
amazing.
It was
Weekend B.
lovely.
We should say
It was-
that. Yes,
it
we
was
were
lovely.
table 24.
Yep.
Met some really
Wonderful ladies.
Oh,
Just
wonderful
great
ladies.
ladies. We keep in touch
Mhm.
with them. They're awesome.
So we're gonna give a shout out to them. We're
Yeah.
gonna say hi, Niecie Lynn.
Hi, Niecy.
And then we got Deana.
Yep,
Hi,
Deana.
And Karen.
Yep.
And Patty.
Patty Penn.
And Kristi.
The salty stitcher.
The salty
So,
stitcher.
Everyone,
Mhm.
but Karen have floss tubes, and then this is our first floss tube. So Kristi is a salty stitcher. It was awesome meeting her. We happened to be in line together, and she is such a sweetheart. Niecie is Niecie Lynn, and Patty Penn is stitching with my kitties. And then they were awesome. We
We had
actually
so much
reached out.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's okay. So I mean, everybody was lovely. The whole experience was great. We're actually gonna register, or hopefully,
Get in.
fingers crossed, on September we're gonna try to get in again to Weekend B.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we're all gonna try.
definitely gotta do it again.
And as a table with Kristi being the salty stitcher and a designer, she's got some patterns out there, and we all picked one, and we're gonna do a stitch along starting Labor Day. And let me see, I can get the pattern here to show you.
Might be a little. Okay, I was gonna say if she showed it in the bag, there was probably gonna be a little bit of a glare
No,
going.
I'm gonna take it out.
It's called We the People, so the We the People stitch along. Niecie's doing it, Patty Penn, Kristi, Karen.
I'm not sure who else is joining
We
in.
are.
We are.
It starts Labor Day weekend. And we bought the fabric, we have the floss, we tweaked our fabric because we wanted it to have a little more color in it, so we just kind of messed around with some dye and added more reds and blues for the background, but we're doing it on Heroic.
Yeah.
So this is the one that Gianne did.
Yeah. So I don't know if you can see that
You can hold it up
here. Maybe
closer,
you can get.
so you can kind of.
And we're doing ours. Ashley and I are doing ours on a different fabric than the other ladies.
Yeah, they bought theirs through
Fabric
Fabric Flare.
which we did too. Wasn't?
No,
No.
we didn't buy ours through Fabric Flare.
Oh, sorry.
But yeah, they're stitching it on. I can't remember the name. I'll have to put the name at the bottom in case anybody wants to use
I know.
that
I
one.
can't
It's so pretty.
remember.
It's really
It's
a pretty
white
one.
background with red and blue stars
Yeah.
all over it.
It's really pretty. And then I guess I'll show mine. So I wanted way more color in mine, so I went a little crazy with my colors, and it's very splotchy, but I like it. And I think the colors are gonna pop really nice for the flag on it. But it just made it a little more interesting, I think, for the fabric to put it on. So there's something going on kind of around it, kind of like fireworks in a way. So
Yep. And then one of our ladies from our group who's doing the stitch along with us,
Patty Penn.
was so sweet. We just got these yesterday,
Yes.
and we had to decide who got which one.
I know that was kind of the thing. It's like they're both beautiful, so who gets which one?
Which one you gonna get? So I got this one.
So she made project bags.
We the
So-
People.
Beautiful stitcher.
Beautiful, yes. It's
I
got
mean,
that
she
on the
did
background.
amazing work.
And oh, it's beautiful. I've only got 2 bags in my whole life, so this is my second one.
It's very special.
Yes.
And this is mine. Oops. See if I can.
You tilt it so you don't get the glare, yeah.
Yeah, that glare is kind of.
It's a patriotic bear,
Yeah.
in case you have
And then
the
it's
glare.
got patriotic balloons, and I love it. it's gonna go right in there.
Thank you so much, Patty.
Thank you, Patty.
They're gorgeous.
Yeah.
And basically we're just working on, what are we working on? What are you working on?
I don't know. What am I working on, Mom?
What are you working with?
So actually, we probably will do a whip parade. Like we said, she doesn't have as many as I do. I just keep starting whatever I want. So I kind of limited what I was going to show today. It's pretty much the ones that I have currently worked on and touched rather than all the whips that are just sitting in my room. So I'm going to show you some of those. A few, well, one for sure is from Etsy, and I don't have the picture, but I will try my hardest to put a picture on the screen so you guys can see it, because it is a cross stitch for an anime that I watch. So I'll show you it, but you're not really gonna know what the picture looks like.
All the tech stuff is her.
That's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of pressure. I'll do my best.
Yeah.
So,
That's good.
Do you want to go first, or do you want me to show my
Oh,
stuff?
you can go ahead.
Okay, so I'll just start showing some of my stuff that I have. I'll probably have to stand up because I have some on the coffee table and some right next to me. We ironed them for you guys, so I never iron it until I'm done with it, but we did iron it. And there is probably a string on some of them because I was in the middle of stitching and I didn't do anything with that string. So the first one is the anime one. I really like Demon Slayer. I'm actually doing all the characters that they have as cross-stitch pieces. So the first one is my favorite character, Nezuko. So this is her. Like I said, I'll try to put a picture of what the rest of her is gonna look like. It's very confetti heavy, which I like because it gives more dimension, but it's also more time consuming because like you'll have 3 stitches and then you have to start with a different color. And I don't like parking. I don't like strings hanging, so I try to finish what I can with it before I start on the next color. Put that behind me. So the other one, the next one is I'm working on the Lizzie Kate strings. I have 2 left after this one, and I'll have stitched them all. And this one is the spring string. So that's what it looks like. And then this is my progress. I did change some of the colors. This is on, I believe, 16 count Violet Mist. And it's super fun. I love it. I mean, they're quick and easy and relaxing. I don't really have to think about like counting too much if I have a lot going on around me, so I really like stitching that one. The next one is Brenda Gervais is my favorite. I love with thy needle and thread patterns, so I have a whole bunch. You'll end up seeing like probably a ton of them throughout these videos. So the one I'm working on, and I saw Niecie Lynn do this one, so I jumped on the bandwagon, and she's already finished it, but mine's a work in progress. It's called Button Button. Let me take it out of the bag so it's not gonna glare. So Button Button, I really like the mother of pearl buttons, so anything I can add those to, I'm all about it. And this is on linen. So it is on, I believe, 36 count linen. I did amp up the colors. I wanted my birds to be a little more blue and red. I actually did a conversion, I think, for myself for the whole thing, to be honest. So this is what I have so far. I'm starting the border around, and then once I do the border up top, I'm gonna finish the bottom, and it should be a pretty quick finish. I just need to work on it more and get it done. So this one I'll have to pop a picture in because I don't have the photo with me right now. But this is Happy Jolly Soul, I believe, by Brenda Gervais. So the called for is a more neutral color. but I wanted to do it on blue so that the snowman would pop. So I found a piece of blue linen and I started doing it. And then I can also do the 1/1 this way because those birds are 1/1. Just a little fill in and a little more of the twigs, and this one will be done. And hopefully I'll have a full finish in time for Christmas time, or winter really, because I could have it up all season. And then this one is just something that we had laying around, and I finished this in 2014 for my mom and dad. The fabric's a little yellowed, I'm not gonna lie. I don't even remember the name of it. It's just like a heart wreath for my mom and dad to hang in their house. So this is it. So I like the colors. It just looked very like spring and like happy, and just a nice thing to hang up in the house. So I think I have like 2 or 3 more left, and then we'll let Gianne take over. So sorry, I'm standing up. So get my stuff together. So the next one is one that I'm working on. I want to make like a Halloween banner. So I have some of them and I don't have all of them, but I have like 5 to start out, which is good. And sorry, I have a string hanging in it. It's on silver fabric. You're probably gonna see my needle hanging because I was working on it last night. But it's Scary Apothecary. It's the snail slime one. Try to do that without any glare going for you guys. So I'm almost done with this one. It's on silver 14 count fabric. It did call for Krennic, but since I'm gonna make it into a banner, you can come down, Dad. Since I'm gonna make it into a banner, I figured it's gonna be far away. I don't really need the Krennic or anything. That's my dad. He's just he's just grabbing something really quick, and then he'll be heading out with the dogs. And so the second to the last, this is my big piece that I'm working on.
This one's beautiful.
It's Regina Hable. It's linen. It's Winter Moon. It's 36 count. This is what it looks like. And then I also want to do the pin cushion after, but I'm doing the bigger piece first. And I'm using all the called for. I don't think I said that on the last few, but most of the time I do use the called for, other than the Krennic on the last one, but I just used an orange that it called for before that. So this is Regina Hable. I am having so much fun stitching it. Kind of let you, I don't know how good that's gonna look, sorry guys. So super fun. Maybe just under a third of the way done, but it should be done by the end of the year, and I want to get it framed.
She would have had more done, but we just moved also.
Yeah.
And we're still getting settled here. We've only been here 4 months now.
Yeah, we moved from Florida to Tennessee at the end of April.
Yeah.
April 27th, or I think 27th we were up here. No, 29th. We got up here April 29th. And we've been up here, we've been loving it. The weather is wonderful.
People are so nice.
Just a matter of getting all our stuff together. That's why we haven't made a Flosstube sooner.
Still trying to find some of the things.
Yeah.
We're not sure where they all ended up.
And then, so my last one is another stitch along, and I kind of debated whether or not to show it because it's a really, really sad start. It's on 36 count. It's the Nutcracker stitch along. Pam from Just Keep Stitching is working on it as well. So I started it and I haven't touched it since because I've been feeling more like working on my Halloween stuff. Spring, I don't know, I'm a little all over the place. I have an Easter one going and everything. So I will show you the picture. And I still have the tag, so I'll show you that. But this is the picture. It's Twin Peak Primitives. I bought the called for hand dyed floss, so I can work on that. The beginning was the tree, the little I guess like pot that the tree is in. And like I said, you know, you'll see my needle. It's really, really a sad start. But it'll, you know, I'll have progress for the next video, so it'll be fine. So, really sad start, but it did start of the day that the stitch along started, and I am stitching this on Fortnite Exceptional, and
36 count?
it was also from StitchCon. Super excited. I didn't want to take the tag because it had the name and then it has StitchCon, so I'll like save it for later. But yeah, I mean that's the stuff that I've currently touched. Like I said, I have so many more. I'm also gearing up to start a couple more. So we'll have to do a whip parade. But I'm gonna turn it over to Gianne and I'm gonna let her show her work. Her work is beautiful. She does beautiful work. She's just very hard on herself. So,
Okay, well.
all right, Mom, go for it.
Okay, I'm only showing a few things that I'm working on that I've really been working on so far this year. This is because I do follow my whip go, and almost the rest of all of my whip go is going to be new starts. So this one is, where did I put her? I think I put her on the other side.
It's our first one, so we're still figuring out like a good system
This
to
one
set everything up.
It's going to be by Teresa Kogat. And
You want me to hold it up closer?
yeah, I jumped on board because of Pam in Just Keep Stitching. I saw her doing it. And
As you can tell, we love Just Keep Stitching.
Yeah.
Hi, Pam. Hi, Steph. It was lovely meeting you guys at StitchCon as well.
yeah. And I didn't want to do it on the color that it was, I guess, listed. And then, because it was on Tin Roof by Weeks Dye Works,
Called
which is
for.
fine. It's beautiful fabric. I even bought it.
Yeah.
But I just wasn't liking the way the colors pop. So then Pam did hers, and she had it on a blue. And
We couldn't
find
find
the
the
blue she had. So I found Confederate Gray, which looks very blue.
Yeah, I don't know if it's
When
gonna
you're
show just right, but
Yeah.
it's gorgeous. Like the colors and the depth of the color changes is just so pretty.
Yeah, it's just really good. And I was really happy because Pam got to see it when we were at StitchCon.
Yeah, we were really
and
excited about that.
that was really exciting.
Yeah, I think my favorite thing is the flag on there because it really looks like it's wagging. It looks like it's wagging. I mean waving. It looks like it's waving in the wind. So
I meant to bring that over, and I think I
What are
left
you looking
it.
for?
I was looking for the picture of Emma.
oh, okay, I can go grab it. You
It's
can talk about
probably
it. That's
right
fine.
on.
Okay, you're gonna see me get up. I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab something for her, and she's gonna keep showing you stuff.
Yeah. And this is
If I don't knock the camera over.
oh, that's right. We got a big cord right here across the room. This is called Emma's Garden, and it should be right there underneath it in the plastic bag. Sorry, guys. Anyway, not on there. Okay, well, I can't show you the pattern. I will show you. I had it up here, and I don't know. I ran downstairs to iron everything real fast, and I might have accidentally taken it down there. But this is Emma's Garden, and that's as far as I've gotten so far. And I've got a couple more days to work on her this month. And but the bleaching does work, as you could see, because I was so afraid to try it. I found the right color green, and it's by Artiste.
We got it at Hobby Lobby.
Yeah, and but I was so afraid to do the dye because I didn't know if it would work on something like this because they did it on a finer fabric.
Yeah.
And it worked. It was wonderful.
I
I
mean-
dunked just this part into the bleach and I let it absorb it. I didn't get it wet. I just let it absorb it. And then I found that it would do like one stripe at a time. But when I put it in the sun and let it sit there, it just completely went that color. And then I grabbed it, went in the house and rinsed it upside down to get all the bleach out. And it stayed perfect, as you can see. I love how it did, because this is where a bunch of lace will be. and her garden flowers are coming up all around her.
The other nice thing is it's a lavender and lace.
Thank
Like
you.
I said, I'll try to pop the pictures in for the ones that we didn't have on hand. We apologize. We're still, like we said, trying to find stuff. But lavender and lace actually gave directions on how to do that. So if you have that and you're like a little nervous, she followed the directions and it turned out beautifully.
It turned out beautiful. Yeah, it really did. I do a lot of patriotic. I don't have too many here today.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're going to be doing a whip parade.
And she's a beautiful finish, too, of one that she did.
A couple of them. And this is, the mirror is down in there. This is a mirror. And
Earl Grey.
Earl Grey. And she's done on the called for fabric. And it's a violet mist. And she's, I'm trying to think, is it 16? It's 16 count.
It's 16 count, yeah.
So that you can get the beads in.
I took the extra of her fabric from my Lizzie Kate.
Yeah.
But that's what it looks like.
Yeah. And we, I have found that if you use 16 count, their beads fit perfect. But if you use something smaller, they've got so many different beads out there now that if you get the smaller, the petite beads, they will fit just like these regular beads in the 16 count.
And I've started buying beads from Hobby Lobby for my stuff. Unless it's like a specialty thing. Sometimes I'll buy the whole kit, but we've been kind of playing a little with other beads and seeing how it goes. So,
so and that's what I work on. That's about it.
Yeah.
So probably long enough for you guys.
It's short and sweet, you know. We're still.
If you can think of anything that we can do to improve it or make you guys happier, let us know.
Or something that you want to see maybe from us. Do you would you guys you know, would you want to see the whip parade, or would you want to see, like, we have quite a few finishes. They're not fully finished, but they're finished stitching wise. We can always throw that well, not throw it together, but put one together for you guys. You know, any suggestions, you know, we're open to everything. We're just getting our
And then I want to throw this out there because I don't remember mentioning it. We mentioned Deana. And
I love Deana.
She's the nightly stitcher on Flosstube.
Yeah.
She is a sweetheart. Okay, you guys need to watch her. She's wonderful.
So awesome. She felt like family talking to her.
Yep, she did. She just felt like family.
Everybody in this stitching community though, like,
so good and so nice.
Yeah, I mean, I was so nervous about StitchCon because 300 people, that's a lot of people to be around that you don't know. But you know what? It didn't feel like it. It felt like, it just felt so comfortable and so, like, nice that, you know, we were nervous, but now we're like, we're hooked. Hopefully we get in for next year.
So give those guys a look. She's going to try and post their floss tubes down below for you.
Yeah, I'll try to have all the information for stuff below.
Yeah.
Do my due diligence for all that stuff.
So I hope you all liked it. This is, like I said, our first one. We're trying it to see.
Now or never. Just, you know.
What the heck? Throwing it out there.
Yeah.
Okay. So thank y'all. We'll see you next time.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.